Hi guys, this is Akhlaq Hamid. Welcome back to my channel. Now in this video I will be talking about why I've switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci Resolve. Now it has been a good few weeks since I've last done a video on this channel. Reason being is because I'm also running a second YouTube channel called West Yorkshire Walkthrough. So you know what it's like when you're running two different channels. So if you do want to help me support that channel, please subscribe to that channel and I'll leave a link in the description box below. If you're a fan of walkthrough videos, then that channel is definitely for you. But anyway guys, moving on, this video is just going to be about why I've switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci Resolve. Now it has been a year since I've used Davinci Resolve and I've never looked back to Adobe Premiere Pro, and I feel it's the best move I've ever made. Absolutely no regrets whatsoever. Now, the reason why I've actually switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci Resolve, well, some of the main reasons, I mean, I have plenty of reasons, but in this video, I'm just going to hit the specific points, the main points why I've actually moved. So, okay, first things first. Now, I feel this is a very important point to mention, is the fact that Davinci Resolve is absolutely free. No charges whatsoever. Now, there are two versions of Davinci Resolve. So you have the free version and the paying version. The one where you have to pay for is called the Davinci Studio version. Now, the difference between the two, there are quite a lot of differences. But to be fair, the free version does exactly everything that I want it to. So if you are thinking of using Davinci Resolve, you know, don't just jump straight into the studio version thinking you have to pay, because to be honest, the free version has absolutely everything what you want it to do. Now in the future I am considering in buying the studio version because I'm so into it, I'm so used to using Davinci Resolve, and also based on the projects that I work on, I may or may not purchase the studio version. Depends how we go. Now the only downfall to purchasing the studio version is like when you go on the Davinci Resolve website, when you click on the studio version, what it'll do is it'll take you through the retailers. So in other words, you cannot purchase the Davinci Resolve studio version on the Davinci Resolve main website. When you click the link, it'll take you through retailers. So in which case you're gonna have to purchase the studio version through the retailers. Now, why Davinci Resolve have done that, I have no idea. I do think it's a bit silly, but at the end of the day, who am I to judge? There could be a good reason behind it, but you would think that, you know, you can just purchase it straight off the website, but unfortunately that's not the case. So that's one thing, but as I said, this free version does everything that you want it, so I'm happy with the free version. So, and the other reason why I've actually switched to Davinci Resolve is basically the interface compared to the Adobe Premiere Pro is absolutely simple. They're very easy to use. You have all these different features, the transitions, the effects, absolutely simple to use. I mean, when you use a new software, you always get that kind of vibe that when you use a new software, you always feel that, you know, I'm really getting into this. You feel that kind of vibe. But when I was using Adobe Premiere Pro, I wasn't feeling that kind of vibe. You know, I just felt there was something missing. It just wasn't for me. I just wasn't feeling that kind of vibe. So with Davinci Resolve, after weeks of using it, I just became so used to it. As I mentioned, the effects are simple to use. The features, it's very easy to go through. The interface is absolutely amazing. Now, another important point to mention here is many Hollywood movies actually use this. Now, I am going to go deep into that, but I'm just going to take you step by step first. So, yeah, the interface is absolutely incredible. I mean, I've learned more in a year in Davinci Resolve, more than I would have done in Adobe Premiere Pro. As I said, I wasn't kind of like feeling that vibe, so I just felt Adobe Premiere Pro just wasn't for me. So yeah, that was another reason. Now, Also, I've learned a lot of new things in Davinci Resolve. So it has these awesome features like tracking. Now, what do I mean by tracking? So basically what I mean by that is, let's just say supposing you're doing a model shoot or a modeling video shoot just like I do, and you want some labels, so as we call them, call outs. You can have these 3D effects that are following the model. So say like if a model's wearing a special designer jacket, maybe from, let's just say, CK Calvin Klein, and you want those call outs to point at the model's jacket. So just to explain it more better, what I mean by tracking is, actually I can demonstrate that right now. So if you just pay attention to my hand right now, if I go like this to my hand, now can you see what's going on here? See how the text is actually following my hand? This is what I mean by tracking. I did this was basically, I went on a YouTube video on a tutorial to see how it was done. And because it was so simple to do, I just picked it up from the top of my head. So very simple to do, and it doesn't even take long depending on how long you want the tracking. All you do is just basically go on the Fusion page and click enter and spacebar. You go on to the planner tracker, and then all you do is just draw the square around the object that you want to track. So in my case it would be the hand, and then you just press the play button, and then all that basically does, it tracks the movements of the hand, and basically, and there you go. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. I just picked it up just within seconds. Now it has many features. These are just some of the examples that I'm giving. Again, I would not have been able to achieve this in Adobe Premiere Pro, and if I did, it would have taken me way too long than I would have done in Davinci Resolve. So that was another reason why. Now the other thing is, what I like about Davinci Resolve is, if you go into the menu preferences, the keyboard shortcuts, you can create nodes. So basically what nodes are is, you know, like in Adobe, Photoshop. In Photoshop you have layers. Well, Davinci Resolve has their own layers, and we call them nodes. So they don't work on layers like Adobe Photoshop. We work with the nodes. Now, as I was saying, you can create your shortcuts. So if you go into the keyboard preferences, you can create your own shortcuts. So now this actually means that I can create nodes just within a flash. So in my case, I'll just press the N for nodes, and it'll create different nodes just in an instant, just like that. We have different nodes in Davinci Resolve. So we have parallel nodes, we have serial nodes. I won't go into too much detail as to what nodes we have and what they do. I may do that for another video. If you do want to see that, just let me know. But technically speaking, there are plenty of videos on that on YouTube. But yeah, and this is what makes the interface so easy and simple to use compared to my experience I had with the Premiere Pro. You can create shortcuts and you can create nodes just in an instant. Now, I did mention parallel nodes. Now, basically what that is now supposing in this example, so you can see the model's boots here. So what the parallel node does is it creates a top node and a bottom node. So let's just say I'm picking up my qualifier tool. As you can see in this video, I click on my qualifier tool, and then I just click on the boots or whatever you want to change the color on. So once I click on the model's boots and I kind of like hover over it, what I'm doing here is, supposing if the black color on the boots didn't look right to me, what I'll do is I'll select it, and then what I'll do is I'll move the mouse cursor until the whole boots is selected. Now, and then what I'll do is when I mess with the colors in the node, notice how the color on the boots are changing and nothing else. That's the beauty of this. So you can actually mess with the colors without having to mess with other things in the video. So for the sky, notice how the sky isn't changing color and only the boots. Now you can see a little bit of background in the in the background. You can see the color moving. It takes a lot of playing around with, but this is just a quick example what I'm showing you. So this is what the parallel node does. It allows you to change colors without actually interfering with the rest of the objects in the background. So this is another reason. I mean, look at the flexibility it gives you. So the next bit of information that I want to give you guys about Davinci Resolve. Now, this is the main reason why this is so good. Now, in a lot of Hollywood movies, as I touched upon earlier, there is a look called Kodak 2383. What's so amazing about the Kodak 2383, I hear you say? So a lot of these Hollywood movies, they use the preset 2383. And this is Davinci Resolve have given you this absolutely free, not even cost you a penny whatsoever. Now, I just want you to think about this, guys. Many movies, I mean, I can name you one, so I'm actually going to give you a website called shotandwhat.com. Now, shotandwhat.com, it'll give you a list of all the movies that use the Kodak 2383. And just to name some, you can see what is used on this particular website. So it's used the Joker movie, The Dark Knight, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Shutter Island, Thor, Superman Returns, Transformers, and these are only just some that I'm naming you. If you go on this website, you'll see the Kodak 2383, what movies they've used. Now, I just want you to think and reflect on this, guys. Joker movie by Phoenix, as we all know, was an absolutely amazing movie. Not only the movie was amazing, but the actual cinematographer. I mean, just look at the cinematography on this Joker movie. How awesome is that? Now you just think to yourself, Kodak 2383 was used and Davinci Resolve has given you this for absolutely free. Now the only downfall to this is Kodak 23, you have to be a professional. I mean, maybe not a professional, but you have to know what you're doing in 2383. You have to know how to color grade properly in order for this codec to use. Because let's be honest, after all, guys, if you can make a video footage and you drag and drop this Kodak 2383 into the video footage and it's simple as that, then let's be honest, we'd all become Hollywood directors by now, because that's the thing, you see, it's not easy. But the point here I'm trying to make is movies like Joker, Transformers, you know, all of these movies that have actually been used using the Kodak 2383. I mean, seriously, guys, how awesome is that? Now, there is a bit of a history behind the Kodak 2383. You can research into this, go on to Google, and you'll understand why Hollywood movies use this. So think about it, guys. You would not get this in Premiere Pro. Yeah, so basically, when you're purchasing Adobe Premiere Pro, remember, guys, you have to purchase that every year. So it's not a one-off payment. I think it costs around about just over £200 per year, if I'm not mistaken. Now think about it. Once that year expires, you're going to have to pay another £200 at least. And when that expires, every year you're going to have to renew, and think how much money you're splashing out. Whereas Davinci Resolve, it's just a one-off payment and that's it. It's yours for a lifetime. But like I said before, you may as well just get the free version because it does everything that you want. But the other important point I want to raise here is you also have to bear in mind that you do need a powerful computer system, because if you have something like a 16 GB RAM, you know, it's not going to do it, especially when you're working with 4K. So something like a 32 RAM, just like my system does. And also the recommended GPU, the recommended graphics cards that you will need is the GPU by NVIDIA 3070, 3080, the new ones, the latest ones. I highly recommend those, but with that being said, I am using a NVIDIA right now, but it's not the latest. It's a 1080, it still does the job, but ideally you would need a 3070 to get the render speed very smooth. So I recommend those. I mean, I am going to get one myself, but at the moment stock is just flying out and it's very difficult to get hold of. So And there you go, guys. As I mentioned, the website shoton.com, do check that out because it'll give you a list of all the movies that were used in Davinci Resolve. Do check that website out. I'll leave all the links at the bottom. And remember, guys, I will also leave my own links at the bottom of my page to all my social media, so be sure to check out my Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, whatever, and please do follow me, guys. So I hope I have convinced you in some ways to download the Davinci Resolve. Remember, guys, it's not important that you have to buy the studio version, just download the free version. I mean, I've been using it for almost like a year now and I have absolutely no regrets. I love using the Davinci Resolve up to this day. Never have no regrets whatsoever, and the fact that Hollywood are using it, I mean, seriously, guys, what is there not to love about the Davinci Resolve? So there you have it, guys. I hope I've convinced you in some ways. Now, if you if you do intend to download it, please comment below, let me know what you thought of it. Any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. So there you have it, guys. So I am going to be doing more videos. I'll show you more secrets to my lightning setups and things like that. Anything you guys want to see in the description box below. And so that was it, guys. Hope you liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up if this video was helpful. Smash that subscribe button and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.